Do you know who Beethoven is? He's one of the world's most famous composers. Do you know what he had to say about music? He said that music can change the world. If you're wondering, how can music change the world? Well, music can change the world in many ways, and one of its biggest ways is in mental health. Music has deep connections within our brain and intrinsic meaning to humanity. We thrive off of it. This is why it can help those who are struggling with mental health illness. I personally struggle with anxiety, and I've done a lot of research and learned a lot about music therapy and how to use music to calm my anxiety. There's a huge mental health crisis right now, and music can be used in many ways to help people who are struggling. Many people have mental health illnesses, and even if you don't, at some point you will probably experience feelings of anxiety, depression, and go through difficult times. It is important that when you're experiencing these things, you have practical ways to help you through them. I want to tell you a little bit about the mental health crisis and how music therapy and at-home implementations of music can help this crisis. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 1 in 5 United States adults live with a mental health illness. That is about 51.5 million people. Mental health illnesses are split into 2 categories: any mental illness and serious mental illness. Any mental illness, AMI, is defined as a mental, behavioral, or emotional disorder that varies in impact from no impairment to severe impairment. SMI, serious mental illness, is a category within AMI that is in the severe part of the impairment, and it interferes with major life activities. According to the National Alliance of Mental Illness, the NAMI, in the US, suicide is the second leading cause of death in people ranging from 10 to 34 years old, and it is the 10th leading cause of death in all age ranges. There's been a 35% increase in suicide since 1999, and 90% of people who have died by suicide have reported experiencing symptoms of a mental health condition. Mental health conditions affect people outside of the mental. According to the NAMI, those who are living with depression are at a 40% higher risk of developing cardiovascular and metabolic diseases than the general population. 32% of United States adults living with a mental illness also experience some form of substance abuse. United States high school students living with mental health illnesses are also 2 times more likely to drop out of school than their peers. Untreated mental health illnesses can lead to death, so it is important to treat them. One of the best ways to treat a mental health illness is through therapy, and one of these kinds of therapy is music therapy. According to the American Music Therapy Association, the AMTA, music therapy is a clinical and evidence-based use of musical intervention to accomplish an individualized goal. Music being used as a healing tool goes back to the time of Aristotle and Plato. According to Britannica, its first written reference as music therapy was found in 1789, but it did not begin as a profession until World War I and II, where musicians were employed in hospitals to help soldiers with emotional and physical trauma. Incidence.com and AMTA's website tell us that the first organization for music therapy was founded in 1941, and its first college program for music therapy started at Michigan State University in 1944. Music therapy is split into 2 processes: active and passive. The active process is where the client takes part in making the music, and the passive is where the client listens to and responds to the music. Kathy Wong tells us in her July 14th, 2021 article, What is Music Therapy?, that music therapy can help those who struggle with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, insomnia, trauma, and other mental and physical illnesses. Music therapy is an important tool for those who are struggling with a severe mental illness. If you have one, I suggest you investigate professional music therapy help. But if you don't have a severe mental illness, or just have bad days like everyone does, music can still help you. Music can be used to improve your mental health, elevate mood, motivation, aid in relaxation, and increase the efficiency of your brain processes. ReachOut.com tells us about some applications for music in your life, such as focus, expression, state of mind, creativity, relaxation, and motivation. Elizabeth Scott, who has a PhD in psychology, tells us in her May 5th, 2020 article, How Music Can Be Therapeutic, that music with a strong beat can sync brain waves, which can increase concentration and cause more alert thinking. Music can also help with relaxation. OpenMind.org's article, 5 Positive Effects Music Has on Your Mental Health, which is published February 13th, 2020, tells us that music can release tension from your muscles, which can calm your mind and promote better sleep. I have learned of many applications of music in my life and implemented them. Music helps me to wake up. I use it to study. I use it when I drive. I use it to sleep. I use it to calm my anxiety, and has become a vital part of my life and my mental health. No matter what you're struggling with, music can help. The mental health crisis right now is huge, and music can be used in many, many ways to help make people's lives better. Because of this huge crisis, it is important to know how music can help. Knowing about music therapy and how to use music in your life can help immensely. If you're struggling, you don't have to. Use music. I have. It has helped my anxiety, my mood, my learning, my motivation, and even my sleep. If I can do it, so can you. Try it. Experiment. Play what makes you feel good. I guarantee it'll change your life. Music has the power to change the world and help the mental health crisis, but it starts with you. Thank you.